Hey guys, and welcome to A Like It Creates. This is Amanda. Today we are doing a layout for Designer Deep Dive, and we are using a sketch from Christy's Beautiful Life, Series 20. So Designer Deep Dive this month. This is a hop hosted by Tara, and she's picking a designer. This month is Simple Stories, and I'm using the Wild About You kit, and you just seen the sketch there that I'm using by Holly. So anyway, I've got the whole kit of this and I haven't touched it. Surprise, surprise. So it calls for some tearing, which I'm not a huge fan of tearing, but I'm getting better at it. So I'm trying to kind of reserve some paper here to make other layouts. We'll see what happens, but anyway. So just want some strips off to go at that edge, and I'm distressing it with some ink that's gathered twigs. So you'll see the photos coming. I'll explain the photos a little bit while I'm doing this, because I don't need to explain my distressing to you and just gluing down. So this year in Feb, my little Ollie, my 9-year-old Ollie, decided he wanted a stuffed cheetah for his birthday. And I looked everywhere and I said to him, mate, what if I can't find one? He's like, what do you mean you can't find one? I said, well, I can't find one, buddy. He's like, duh, the zoo sells them. I'm like, oh God, they do too. We're zoo members, so in Victoria you can be a zoo member and you pay very little to be a zoo member, and kids go free anyway. So the kids are pretty much free members with adults. But anyway, I said to him, fine, we'll go as part of your birthday. Anyway, I had to delay it because, this kid got sick. So we finally went. And we got there and there was new cheetahs as well. So he's obsessed with cheetahs. So we've got Ollie who's obsessed with cheetahs, Lucas who's obsessed with gorillas in my house. And there was 2 new cheetahs, so he was wrapped. And then we got to the shop at the end and I was like, great, this is going to cost me a lot of money. Nope. Because we're members, we got a discount to come down to like $40. I'm like, score. Anyway, so I'm just trimming off the excess there to make a nice little, I like the base of it. I actually like the way this layout did come out. So I'm just trimming down the photos. Sorry. So yeah, just trimming down those photos, and then matting them. So the photos are 3x3. So I've done the little mats 3 1/4. And then I realised if they're 3x3, we're not going to be able to put them on straight across because it's now over 12 wide. But anyway, I end up playing around with them and moving them up and down a little bit to get them going. So yeah, the photos of there's him and his cheetah, and then I've got all the kids on like those statue animals, and then you go on like a safari bus down at the zoo here. So that's him and my stepson sitting on the safari bus. So it's an open bus and you go on the tracks of the savannah, and yeah, it's pretty cool. So sometimes you'll have an ostrich come up pretty close to you. See the giraffes, like, yeah, right there, the rhinos. So the rhinos sometimes will just sit in front of the bus and you have to stop and wait because it's, they're their space, so you have to be respectful of that. Anywho, so I'm going to pop up 2 of these just so I can tuck the other ones under a little bit. And then I place them so like I can cover that corner, that's got nothing in it. So yeah, we pop them on, and then I get some twine some old Stampin' Up twine. I've moved it over. I've got this pole in the middle of my desk, so I moved the page over. There you go, I realised it. I moved the page over to do something, and then, yeah. Anyway, so I got this nice twine that I'm trying to put on and make a little bit of a ruchy pattern. My glue bottles are being very not friendly, being poo. So I have to get the pin out all the time and try and get dried up glue. Anyway, so now I've got loads of bits and pieces, and like I've got the whole kit. There's chippy. I didn't use the chippies, but there's these, not chippies, what are they? The thick chipboard, yeah. So I didn't use any of this layout yet, but I'll have to use this collection. And I've got like 2 lots of little, I don't know, cuts, the animal cuts and stuff. So it's Life's a Zoo, I've named it, Life's a Zoo. Sure is in my house, I can tell you that much. And then I'm just journaling pretty much what I told you, that for his 9th birthday he wanted a stuffed cheetah and he suggested the zoo. There's 2 new cheetahs at the zoo. So that big cheetah sleeps on the bed with him, goes to school with him sometimes when he's not feeling. All my kids have autism, not all my boys. So when they're not feeling quite safe, he takes the cheetah to school and gives it a bit of a cuddle. So anyway, sorry. So I'm just trying to do 3 little points of, interest, because you try and do odd numbers. And I'm still gonna throw this glue bottle. There's just still glue in it, so I'm like, ugh, I don't want to throw it straight away. It doesn't need a lot, because that pattern paper with the cats, so the lines and all that is, it's cool. So I don't feel like it needs a lot. I just thought, took on a few little things like the cheetah, the Jeep, because, we went on safari, and then I added a camera over the other leaves as well. And then I've got a little sign down in the corner just to break up those cats. It says lions, monkeys, zebras. And make sure you go check out everyone else playing along and give me a thumbs up, and we'll see you next time. Bye guys.